back to my channel. My name is Stephanie for those who are joining me today, aka Rebellamua, as I like to call myself when I get full glam. That's the alter ego over here. But yeah, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my birthday glam tutorial for you guys. This is the look that I wore on my birthday. My friends threw me a surprise lingerie party on Friday, and I had such a good time. It was amazing. I loved everything. The night was literally one for the books, like literally. But this is the look that I wore. I did post it on my IG, and a lot of you were like, I want to see that look. So I decided to record it for you guys, and here it is. I love it. It's really simple. I used affordable products for my eyes. Everything was really easy, step by step. So yeah, let's stop rambling and quickly jump into this birthday glam look. So jumping into this look, as you guys can see, I already did one eye off camera just to save us some time. And yeah, so let's get started on the other eye. So for a eyeshadow primer, I used the Profusion No Budge eyeshadow primer in the shade Nude. I wasn't a fan of this at first, but I continued to use it, and I really do enjoy it. It's nice. It just makes for a nice base. I don't know, maybe I was using something that just didn't agree. Maybe it was my eye cream underneath or what, but I like it now. Like, it's really nice. With the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush, I just blend it out. So for eyeshadow, we are using the ColourPop Nude Mood palette. I really do enjoy this palette a whole lot. It's really pretty. It has a beautiful range of neutral shades, warm shades. So taking the shade Au Naturel right here, which is a beautiful brown warm transition shade. I'm gonna take a fluffy brush. This is by BH Cosmetics. So I'm gonna take that shade, apply that to my crease. And I'm just gonna play with it back and forth in some windshield wiper motions and just really making that crease nice and warm. I really like this shade as a transitional shade. It's really pretty, and it's also really nice to just wear on its own. Like when you're trying to rush out the door, you can pop this shade on real quick on your crease, on your lid a little bit, and it's just perfect. Some mascara and you're good to go. As you can see, I'm just going back and forth, windshield wiper motions. And also when I get to like my outer V, I kind of like do little circles, little strokes to kind of blow it out at the end. It's a lot of building little by little because I don't take a lot of product. I like to take a little bit of product at a time so it doesn't get too messy or too patchy. So I just take a little bit of the shade at a time, and I just work it back and forth just like that. So at this point, what I like to do is, because I am going to create a wing and I really want a beautiful sharp wing, I'm going to take my e.l.f. eye tapes. I love these. These are so handy for when you want to create a wing or where you want to be a little bit more precise on your eyeshadow. These are perfect. So I cut mine in half. It's a little trick I learned from Juicy Jazz. She lives by these. So I just put that right there, put it down, and then I just continue doing my eyeshadow. So the next shade I'm going to use is the shade Mugged Out, and it's this one right here. It's more warm, like it's more like a terracotta type of shade. It's really pretty. So I like to take a more tapered fluffy brush. This is from the Bretman Rock collection with Wet n Wild. I'm gonna take that shade Mugged Out, put that on my brush, tap it out a little bit, and I'm going to go directly into my crease. So not where I placed the previous shade, but a little bit more lower and right in the crease exactly. So as you can see, I'm just kind of looking straight, and I'm going right in that crease with that shade. So it's more lower than that first transition shade, but it's still in the crease area. And the same process for this one. I like to take a little bit of product at a time and just windshield wiper motions back and forth. When I get to the outer V, I like to kind of blow it out, but the same concept, just placing the shade a little lower from the previous one. So I'm going to take this fluffy brush, and so I'm going to take the shade Moody right here, which is the deepest shade in the palette. It's very pretty. So I'm going to take a little bit of that, and I'm going to concentrate this on the outer V of my eye. So right here on the outer edge, I'm just going to place Moody and just kind of fluff it inward, but keep it right on the outer V of my eye. So I'm just doing like that and just kind of flickering it in and just concentrating it right out there. So take a little bit more, then we're just building. So your eyes should look a little something like that. Really pretty. I really like that. It's super pretty. Now I'm gonna create a cut crease using some concealer and my flat small brush. I got this. This is a precise crease brush, and this is from Luxie, and it's really pretty. I got this in a BoxyCharm last year. It's a really nice brush. I love it for cutting crease. So I'm taking my L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear Concealer in the shade Cashew. So now I'm going to take the Flawless Concealer brush from e.l.f. I'm going to pack or just kind of blend that right here. So when I go in with my lid shade, everything is just kind of blended out. So before I go in with the lid shade, I'm going to go back in with that little tapered brush that we used for the Mugging Out shade. And I'm going to take the shade Mugging Out. And I'm going to put a little bit of that on the brush. And I'm just going to clean up the crease of where I put that concealer, just to really make everything really pretty again. So I'm just gonna go back and forth, a little product at a time. We don't want it to get too messy. That shit scared the fuck out of me. You guys heard that shit? It scared the hell out of me. Oh my god. Mother Nature. Now I'm going to take a flat brush. This is also from the Wet n Wild and Bretman Rock collection. I have pretty much all the brushes from that line. So I'm going to take the flat brush and I'm going to go into the shade Wink Wink, which is this beautiful shimmery shade right here. Shade is super pretty, and this is going to be our lid shade, and going directly right into my lid. And this shade is really pretty, but I feel like it applies better with the finger, but because we have a cut crease, I really want to place that shade where I want it first before I go in with my finger. So as you can see, I'm just going around the crease real quick with the shade to really place it where I want it. So now that I kind of have it placed, I'm going to take my finger, pack that on, pack it more on, and then here we go. And you see that difference, like huge difference. Now I'm going to take the fluffy brush that I was using for the deep brown shade, Moody, and I'm going to take some of Moody, and I'm going to work that into my outer V again so we don't lose it, and just kind of use the Moody shade to kind of blend in to that lid shade, just so it looks more seamless. You see that? Now, because I want to blend everything together, I'm going to the first shade we use as a transition shade, and that's the Au Naturel shade. Taking that on my fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna pop that right here just to really blend everything together. No harsh lines. Nice and blended. Look at that. See? So pretty. Now before I move down to my wing, I'm going to take a short flat brush. As you can see, it's really little, like it's so small. I'm going to take the shade right here, Buffin, which is literally a nude shade. I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna apply that to my brow bone to really define my brow bone and make that brow bone pop. What I like to do is I like to place it and then flicker down so it blends in to those transitional crease shades that I have right there. So pretty. Look at that. All right, moving on to the wing. I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Get In Line liquid eyeliner in the shade, I believe is Blackest Black, I believe. It doesn't have a shade name on here. So I'm going to just wing it on out, and you're gonna see how beautifully these eye tapes come into play because it just helps make the sharpest wing ever. So moving on to the glitter cut crease moment that I created, I used the Profusion Bling It On glitter eyeliner. This is what it looks like. It's really, really pretty, and it's called Gold Rush. Super, super pretty. I love this. I have a silver shade, but I believe this gold one just works perfectly with all these worm tones. So pretty. So as you can see, it just has a nice little applicator, and I'm going to take my brush. And what I find helpful is if I look down, so if I place my mirror lower than my actual eye level, it helps create that beautiful cut crease. So I look down and I just kind of follow the outline of where my lid shade meets my crease shade, if that makes sense. So I kind of just follow that little crease. Bring it all the way around. As you can see, look at that. See how pretty that is? And I just look down. I do not want to look up for any reason at all. I want to let it dry down because I don't want it to transfer. You know what I mean? I want it to look really, really nice. So I'm going to do about 2 coats. That is the first coat. Let it dry a little bit and then move on to the second coat and you'll be all done. Like, it's perfection. Look how beautiful. Look how pretty that looks. Each time you move your face or you catch the light, like it just, it's perfection. These Profusion Bling It On glitters are everything. If you don't have these in your collection, run out to your local Walmart and go grab them, or jump online to Profusion's website and grab them because they're so beautiful. Like, look it, and they're so inexpensive. So inexpensive. I believe they were cheaper than $5. Like, no more than $5. Perfect. So moving on to the face, I'm going to prep my face. I'm going to use the Milani Fruit Fetish Make It Last in Dragon Fruit Peach. I love this. This is like literally a multi-use. You can prime your face. You can set your face after you're done with your makeup. I like to use it before and after my makeup. So just spraying this on. It smells so good. I smell more of the peaches than the dragon fruit, but it's really good. So for primer, I'm going to be using the Smashbox Oil and Shine Control Primer. I picked this little tester up off of Sephora's website a few weeks ago, and I must say I am absolutely in love. I used this all through my birthday weekend, for my Friday birthday bash, and for a night out on Saturday, and it controlled everything. Like, I wasn't breaking, like my makeup wasn't separating in any weird places, especially around my T-zone because I'm an oily mess there. Like, it really sat in place. It controlled all my oils, all my shine. Like, my face looked so matte and beautiful throughout the whole night. I loved it. I loved it so much that I went to Sephora on Tuesday on my actual birthday out in Boston, and I picked up the full size because I love this so much. So I do have a full size. waiting to be opened up, but I'm just using the rest of the little tester. But I love this stuff so much. It's so good. Now for my nose, because my nose tends to get really oily and makeup separates from that area a lot, like my nose is an oily mess, I find that using the Catrice Goodbye Pores primer is so good. Like this primer is the best, especially for those pore areas like my nose. So I like to put a nice amount right on my nose and just all around, especially like right around here where I have prominent pores that show. I place it right all through there. You guys know that my favorite corrector in the whole wide world, especially for these dark under eye circles that I struggle with for like ever, is the LA Girl Pro Conceal Correcting Concealer in Peach Corrector. That's the shade Peach Corrector. And I like to take this, I gotta go buy another one, and I just go directly under my eye. I go ham with this stuff. And I'm very generous because I do have really prominent circles that will show underneath my foundation if I don't cover them correctly. So I take it around my nose because my nose, I have a lot of redness around my nose. So I take that around my nose. Take it anywhere I have like acne little marks or scars, because you guys know I have a bad tendency of picking at my face when I have breakouts, and you know, now I have little acne scars that I have to try to get rid of. So going in with my Real Techniques sponge, I already got this damp underneath the sink. I'm going to blend out this corrector. Guys, moving on to foundation, now that I already blended out all that corrector all over my face and concealed as much of my bags as I can, I have a new favorite foundation, guys. I recently picked up the ColourPop Pretty Fresh foundation, and I must say I am like obsessed. I haven't stopped using it now for like a whole week. Every day, this was my foundation for my Friday's birthday look, and also for my Saturday night out on the town. I used this foundation both nights, and it is beautiful. Like, I love this foundation. I have it in the shade medium 110W, so I'm going to shake it up right now. I apologize if you guys hear Mother Nature rumbling in the background, but it is currently raining and thundering all at once. So this is the foundation right here. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm going to apply this all over my face. I'm going to work in sections, so I'm going to start with this side of my face. And I know I applied a lot, but I'm a sometimes full coverage kind of girl. So yeah, don't mind me. So we're going in with the flat side from the Real Techniques sponge and blending this out all over my face. And as you can see, it's just so pretty. Oh, and I love the undertone. It's like my perfect undertone for my skin. Oh, I love it. Look at that. Look how beautiful. That just concealed everything on my face. Now see how beautiful this foundation looks. It looks very natural, very everyday wearable, and you can obviously build it up if you want to, like I am now. I'm just building it up a little bit in certain areas, but it's very medium to full coverage. It's super pretty. It feels very light on the skin. Like, it doesn't feel heavy at all or anything. And I'm telling you, I tested this out through sweat, through dancing, through everything, and it lasted so well throughout the night. Like, it was just perfection, like perfection. So moving on to the concealer I was using, this is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear Concealer in the shade Cashew, and I'm just going to go in underneath my eyes with this concealer. And I like to concentrate a lot of the product in the inner portion of my eye and then drag the rest of it out, but majority all within the inner portion of my eye. So while that's drying up a little bit, I'm going to move on to contour. I'm going to cream contour using my favorite Wet n Wild Mega Glow makeup stick in the shade Call Me Maple. I do have a backup in my drawer, but I'm using this one just because, you know, I like to use up everything. So I'm going to place this. I can't talk, I'm telling you. I turned 30 and I can't talk. So I'm going to place this on the contours of my cheeks. And this formula is super creamy, so I'm going to take the sponge again and taking the flat side and just blending this out. It's so creamy that it doesn't, you know, it doesn't take a lot of effort to blend this product out on your cheekbones. It's so creamy. Just blend that out a little bit more because I want this, you know, chiseled out bronze look, like I'm a golden goddess for my birthday. Now to blend out this concealer before it dries down too much, and just blend it upwards. As you can see, I'm guiding it up. There's my hairline, and it just creates that lifted eye look, and my eyes look so lifted. Now to quickly contour my nose, I'm just gonna take an angled brush and taking that same cream contour, and I'm just going to contour my nose. I'm not a pro at it, but I kind of just know what I like and I just go for it. I like my nose to look kind of thinner because I do have such a wide nose shape that I just kind of make my nose look thinner. So I take that and I just kind of drag it downwards just like that, so it looks like it's more shadowing of the nose, you know, like it's a shadow. It's all about shadowing and, you know, contouring and creating just shadows on the face where it just makes your nose or whatever, like, you know, your cheekbones or anything like that look more thinner and elongated. So there goes Mother Nature again. Sorry about that, guys. So now taking that concealer and just blending that right in the middle where it just looks like the bridge of my nose. And then blending it off to the sides a little bit, just a tiny bit. But you see how that just created a nice shadow on my nose where my nose looks thinner. It's all tricks of makeup, guys. The beauty of makeup. Now to set all this work before we start creasing, I'm going to use the Collab Set the Stage Loose Translucent Powder. I love this powder so much. It's one of my favorites. I'm currently going through it right now. I'm almost done, but I love it so much. So what I'm going to take is the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush again and just kind of run through my eyes really quick. Make sure everything is blended and all around. And taking the sponge and just placing that underneath my eye to set my concealer. And I don't like to bake, I just like to take the product and press it into my skin back and forth and just letting it melt right into my skin. If I bake, it just dries me out, and I'm already an oily, dry mess. So if I don't, you know, if I bake in certain areas, especially underneath my eyes, it looks really dry. But if I were to bake around my nose, it would work for me because I am an oily mess there. But underneath my eyes, I'm very dry, so I cannot have too much product just sitting underneath my eyes because it makes me look crusty. And that's not the look we're going for. Bringing it around my nose, just pressing that product in on my nose, because you guys know I'm an oily mess. On my chin, basically anywhere that I applied the concealer is where I want to apply the setting powder. So what I've been using to really lock in my makeup throughout the summer, because it's been so hot and sticky and muggy and just everything, I've been using the Catrice Prime and Fine Mattifying Powder Waterproof Translucent. This is a miracle in a pan. This really sets my makeup. It doesn't add any color, it's translucent, but it just really locks my makeup in place, especially when I'm running around, doing errands, night out, like I have been having for 2 nights in a row. So this has really been coming in clutch. I love this powder so much. I'm going to apply this to the perimeters of my face, anywhere I didn't apply that powder. So I'm gonna put that on and just set my face. This is really nice too to just throw in your bag, and throughout the day you just kind of touch yourself up a little bit if you feel like you need a little something. But it's just perfect. Like, I found myself not really needing to touch up as much because I had this powder on, so it just worked really, really nice. I've been using a combo of bronzers to contour my face. The first being Fenty Beauty's Sunstalker bronzer in the shade Shady Biz. This I like to use to warm up my face, so I'm going in with this one. This is also a little mini that I picked up from Sephora just to try it out, and I really do like it a lot. So using this to bronze up my face. So going in over the cream where I had the cream contour and just really warming up my face. The other bronzer I've been using on top of that is the NARS Laguna bronzer. This is also a little tester that I picked up. The other one is a mini, and this one was a tester that I picked up for free off of Sephora's website. So going in with that, and I really do like this bronzer as well. Going right on top just for a little something, because you guys know I'm so extra. I like to look like if I was at the beach all day. Super pretty. And I'm going to use that same shade to contour my nose. I'm going to take an angled brush. I love to use this for nose contouring because it's just got that little angle and it just swoops down so nicely on my nose. It does all the work for me. Now for the cheeks, I'm going to be using the Alamal Cosmetics Trio Colorette Trio, and it looks like this. This is in the shade Fair Light. It has these beautiful orangey tones in them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my blush brush and just literally run all through all of them because they're so pretty, and just blush my cheeks. Super pretty. It just adds the nicest flush, goldeny flush to the cheeks. It's so pretty. For highlighter, I use my favorite highlighter, especially during like holidays, celebrations. I love pulling out this highlighter. This is the Laura Geller highlighter in Gilded Honey. Like, this highlighter is a cult favorite. If you do not know about this highlighter, where have you been? And I was very generous because, you know, I know I was going to be taking pictures and videos, and I really wanted to look super glowy and pretty. So I did go in very generously with the highlight. Getting back to my eyes, I'm going to finish off my lower lash line, and I'm going to take an e.l.f. angled brush like this, and I'm going to take both of these tones right here. I'm going to take Mugging Off and Moody, and I'm going to mix both of them together just like this, and I'm going to just really concentrate that on my lower lash line and kind of smoking it out, but not too much. I don't want to look like a raccoon. What I like to do to really brighten up my eye and just open it and make it look like wide-eyed, you know, especially if you haven't had your 8 hours of sleep. This is the lifesaver right here. This is the Rimmel London Scandal Eye 24-hour eyeliner in the shade Nude. So I'm going to take this and apply that right to my waterline and just really brighten up my eyes. You can go with a black to really smoke it out and make it more sultry, but I really wanted my eyes to look really awake, really bright. Now to pop that inner corner, make that inner corner pop. I'm going to take a nice rounded, fluffy, dense brush, like a nice pencil brush, and I'm going to take the lid shade Wink Wink that we were using earlier, and I'm going to apply that to my inner corners. So to finish off my eyes, I'm just going to apply some Essence Lash Princess volumizing mascara to the bottom, to my bottom lashes, and then we're going to move on to lips. Now for lips, I'm going to be using my ColourPop Lippy pencil in the shade BFF3, which is a nice deep brown color. I love these. These are so creamy. They're so buttery. I love these so much. So I'm just going to outline my lips. Now that my lips are outlined, I'm going to be taking the Maybelline lipstick in the shade Baddest Beige. I love this lipstick so much. It's so pretty, and I love to mine looks all gunky because I've been mixing it all weekend long with this shade, with this lip liner. So I'm going to go in right in the center. Leave this lip like this, but because I'm super extra, I'm going to go in on top with a gloss, even though my lips are already kind of glossy because of the lipstick. But I'm going to be using the Bretman Rock times Wet n Wild lipstick in Fearless. This is what it looks like. It's really pretty. So I'm going to go on top. So now to set my face, I'm going to go back in with the Milani Fruit Fetish Make It Last setting spray in the scent Dragon Fruit Peach. So I'm going to set my face with this. Birthday glam, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this birthday look. I had so much fun recreating it for you guys, doing it all over again because I just am obsessed with this look. This is a go-to any occasion look, glam, birthday, wedding, whatever you got coming up. This is the look to go to. Like, I love this look. It's perfect. It goes with anything. I did use a lot of affordable drugstore products, a few high-end, but mostly affordable. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Remember, every thumbs up helps me out a lot. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel because, you know, we're all about makeup and glam and getting cutesy wootsy for any occasion over here. And I'll see you on my next one. Bye.